All right, welcome to physics. We are going to be starting a brand new unit today, and our focus is on large systems and the patterns within those systems. So today, to evaluate that, we're going to start working on a problem of texting and driving, what actually is happening, and our goal is to actually create a mathematical model that will help us predict the stopping distance involved while a person is texting and driving. But first, before we start in on a big problem like that, we need to think about smaller problems and how we attack a smaller problem. So I'm going to share my screen as we get started. So I'm going to start out in Canvas and notice that we now have a brand new Bitmoji classroom. And there's two things on it, texting while driving and patterns in your life. You have an assignment that's due in a week called Patterns in Your Life. And I'm going to zip over there for a moment and tell you about this one. So if you're confused during the week, you can always come back here, reference this one, and figure out what you need to do. So in this one, there are a set of 4 Google Slides. And what I want you to do is to come up with a list of 3 things that are going on in your life that are involving patterns. It might involve sleep, working out, how much you eat, your weight, television watching, different amounts of time you spend on the internet, all different kinds of things that involve you. Things in your community, like the virus, might be traffic accidents, weather, and in the world. So it might be politics, it could be the virus again, it could be climate change kinds of things. What I want you to do is write down 3 for each category and then choose one of those ideas and think about what kinds of data could you collect. All right, then what I want you to do is actually pick one, and I want you to actually collect some data. So if it was on how much do I sleep versus how stressed out am I? How much do I sleep versus how much do I eat? And you could collect all kinds of data and then graph the data and then finish up later in the week by saying, what did you find out? What is your conclusion about your question? And there's a lot of times that, for example, that you might say, I sleep less if I eat right before I go to bed. That's your conclusion. But then that might make you wonder, I wonder if it changes if I'm drinking coffee or hot chocolate, or if I'm eating candy versus if I just have a slice of bread or some warm milk. So there may be other questions that come to mind depending on what your conclusion is. So that's due in a week. All right. So we're going to go back here and start again, texting while driving. So the first thing we're going to do is a little pizza exercise. There's a set of Google Slides to help us evaluate the beginning of texting and driving. So what I want you to do is to develop a list of tasks that are involved when we are, oh, I didn't want to, go to here, that's fine. This is going to go into your e-binder. So the first slide you have to do is, I know you don't have friends, you could use family members. I want to know 4 different people. So it might be you, your mom, your dad, and your brother. Tell me what your favorite meal is and why. All right. Then the next thing that I need you to do is I need you to come up with a list of what goes into a pizza delivery. Okay, we did this as a group, but come up with a list of things that are involved, like I got to make the dough, I got to put cheese on it, all those different things, and then divide those things into 3 big categories. That's what I want you to do. So that is your task for tonight. All right. Okay. So as always, if you have questions, let me know.